As the IMF and World Bank prepare to convene their annual meetings from October 13th to 18th in Washington, D.C., global lenders are once again discussing how to help Africa finance its development. But behind the speeches and pledges lies a surprising reality. Africa may not need as much help as the world thinks. Released this past June, the Africa Finance Corporation's 2025 State of Africa's Infrastructure Report revealed a striking paradox. The continent holds over $1.1 trillion in institutional capital and as much as $4 trillion in broader domestic assets, yet only 3% is invested back into its own infrastructure. Most of this money, from pension funds in South Africa, insurance pools in Nigeria, and sovereign funds in Botswana, Morocco, and Egypt, remains invested offshore, mainly in government securities in Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD countries, where returns are modest but perceived as safer. African pension and insurance funds are still limited by conservative investment rules, shaped by both colonial-era systems and modern risk-averse policies that encourage investment in safe, foreign assets rather than local infrastructure. The report argues that even modest domestic investment could unlock massive economic transformation, financing roads, energy grids, and transport corridors without dependence on foreign lenders. As the IMF and World Bank prepare for their annual meeting in Washington, African finance ministers are once again pushing for debt justice, fairer lending terms, and international recognition of Africa's climate finance needs. The African Development Bank has echoed those calls, urging governments to strengthen credit guarantee systems and build up regional capital markets so Africa can fund itself more sustainably. Still, many governments continue to borrow externally, caught between immediate fiscal pressures and the deeper challenge of long-term reform. Experts say Africa's financial independence won't come from aid or debt forgiveness, but from mobilizing its own money. The Africa Finance Corporation proposes credit enhancement tools, pooled regional funds, and regulatory reform to de-risk African projects for local investors. If even 10% of domestic capital were redirected, the report estimates it could close nearly half of Africa's infrastructure gap. So while global lenders debate how to help Africa grow, the continent already holds the keys to its own financing locked within domestic institutions, as the Africa Finance Corporation's 2025 report makes clear. The question is no longer whether Africa has the money, it's whether it has the will and governance to use it.